All right, bear with me 1 second whilst I get the stream up on my tablet. Two seconds. That's down. See chat coming. There we are. All right. How we all doing? Project Papa Customs. So I got that. Bit of swim shoes and yeah, swig a beer for the working man. Oh, that's good. All right. Appreciate you all watching at the moment, and for those of you who are watching once this is all finished, then thanks very much for dropping by and looking at the video. Please be sure to give this a sub and a like if you enjoy it. Yeah, we were going to do the watch along for Turtles 3 tonight, but unfortunately things got in the way last minute, and so we're going to throw that over to next weekend. So I thought, well, I wanted to still do something, so I thought I was going to do this tomorrow, but unfortunately I'm having to work, so I didn't want to really have anything in the way in that evening, so I thought, let's do it now. So we're customizing live from the cave, and we are going to be customizing the Deathstroke from DC Multiverse McFarlane, you know, Parallel Universe's favorite figure. I was streaming with friends last night and had a couple of beers left over, so I thought, why not on a Saturday? Why not indeed? All right. Below the Cash, hi, how are you? Thanks for dropping by. There's a cool custom Ninja Turtles Volume 4. I need to do some more turtle shots before I get number 4, but I have loads more in mind, and I'm going to be doing a load more this year. So I'm not sure when Volume 4 will drop, but it will be this year. Okay. Yeah, so thanks for dropping in. And yeah, so what we're going to be doing with this bad boy is we're going to be giving them a full repaint. I'm using the Hot Toy version of this as sort of a reference. So yeah, and it's just such a great blank canvas for a repaint. So obviously all the sculpted detail is already there, as you can see. Okay, and yeah, so it doesn't need much. I'm going to be leaving the metallic orange. I actually quite like the way it is. So we're going to be focusing on really the blue, some of the silver areas. Obviously, we're going to be doing a lot of weathering. Not sure if we'll get it all done in this stream or not. I did say I did want to do a stream where I did this from start to finish, but as this was impromptu, we'll see how we get on. And yeah, just giving it a lot of weathering. Okay, so thought I'd do that and yeah, chop it up with you guys whilst I'm doing it. All right, so give me 2 seconds. Oh, I need that nicotine. Yeah, former smoker here. But before we do anything, we are going to be giving him an alcohol wash. Okay, so this is lens bright. It's actually for your glasses, but it's basically cleaning alcohol, and it's a great alternative instead of actually taking some soap and sponge to get all the factory chemicals off the pig. So we are just going to be giving it just a little bit of a spray. Okay, just a bit all over, not too much. All right, and on the back. All right, and put that to one side, and I'm just going to use a bit of paper towel, and that's just going to evaporate. Okay, going to let that set for a second. All right, and that's just going to partially evaporate, and then we'll dab the rest off, and that should really just get rid of most of the chemicals. All right. Cool, good. I need to custom as a cool action figure. It is a good action figure. It's not too bad. The sword sheath, okay, as you can see in here, is gets to focus, is terrible, absolutely terrible. This will be being changed out. I'm probably going to be doing that off camera, trying to source a different one to give him a new sword. And yeah, maybe add a couple of extra things to him. But other than that, I like the articulation. I like the sculpt of this figure. It's really, really cool. You know, does it have the best range of movement? No, but if you're just looking for an awesome shelf piece for display, it's a great Deathstroke figure. What can I say? You know, what can I say? The sword, not really, mate. Come on now. This thing, it looks okay until you turn it sideways and realize it's warped, it's rubbery, and the sheath is terrible. It needs a whole new sheath. So not good enough on that one. So yeah. Let me crack on. Maverick, hey, there he is. There he is. How you doing, man? The alcohol spray is a good idea. It's something I always forget to do, but massively regret when I'm painting refuses to stick. I know, mate. Same. And also, what ideally would be great is if I wore some gloves, just some latex ones, to obviously stop paint from getting on these mitts, and also stop, you know, the oils that come from my hands naturally onto the figure as I'm handling it. So yeah, I don't have any on me, but I'm going to grab something to work. Just something I didn't think of right now. So yeah, other than that, let's see how we're doing on this. So how are you guys all been doing? Maverick, talk to me, mate. How you been? Hope you're all right, dude. What you said in a comment on the post, you're going to be joining me with some painting. So yeah, let me know what it is you're up to. If it's what you talked about when we last streamed, and I can't wait to see the finished result on that. So just gonna dab this bad boy off. All right. Most of it's evaporated now. And I'll show you what paints I'm going to be using. There we go. The rest will just evaporate off now. Hopefully you can all see that okay. Sure, our camera focuses in. Yeah, there you go. Looks okay. All right. Okay, did you get the Tokan Raza 2-pack? I'm still waiting for my shipping notice from NECA. I've got two ordered, and they sent out all the singles to domestic and international, and they started sending the people who ordered doubles domestic, but so far from the other people that I know have ordered two, they still haven't received their shipping notification. I did get an email saying obviously just be patient with delays and stuff like that, so I'm like, all right, but yeah, still waiting for my ship notification to come through. So not yet, sadly. Tyler Stokes, it's nice hearing you again, man. It's been forever. I can't wait to see the finished piece. Thank you, mate. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. It's been a while. I hope you're all right. But yeah, so looking forward to getting this one done. Just a nice little, this one I find like it's a therapeutic, you know, it's easy. Sometimes when you're doing like big projects or you're doing something that you haven't done before, then it's nice sometimes just to step back and just do something that you're comfortable with and happy with, and just, you know, it's just kind of, it's more relaxing. This is like a vacation for me, you know, rather than a challenge. So I do this to make sure it's burning okay, so I can hear it. But yeah, so a quick swig, and I'll show you what paints we're using. I'm drinking Amstel. Yes. All right. So divert your eyes to the camera on the table. Okay. So I did have, I have these two metallic blues. Okay. So from Artiste, Deco Crafts again. Deco. Yeah, there you go. And we have a pearl and a metallic sapphire. Nice blue pearl. Now I did want to try and use this because I'm going for kind of a bit of the Hot Toys and a bit of like, you know, the DC Collectibles version, where it's a lot lighter sky blue metallic, but it hasn't been wiped off yet. I already went ahead and tried a bit of each on the thigh. This side is the sky blue, and this side is the sapphire. Now this will be getting a black wash afterwards, and to me, unfortunately, I think the pearl blue, it just comes off as too silvery. You know, it's very, very close to looking like, you know, silver. And I didn't want that. I wanted there to be some, you know, actual color variation. So I think I'm going to go with the darker sapphire color on the blue paneling. Okay, so the idea is to go over all the blue areas, and then afterwards is to go in all the dings, scratches, and holes, and also just some of the edging, give that some silver weathering. Some subtle scratches, and then give the whole area, the whole thing, a black wash. Go into with some detailing on the buckles, and yeah, we'll see how we fare after that. Not sure if we'll get all of it done on stream tonight, but we shall see. Okay, so first things first, let's bust open the paint, shall we? There we go. Good old shake, shake, shake. Let's get some out onto my completely messy palette. I still haven't given it a clean yet. Come on. There she goes. Got my water, got a paper towel, which is here for dry brushing. And let us begin. I'll get into the chat in a second. So, get some on your paintbrush, not too much. And get some. Oh no, I've already got it on my finger. That's why I need gloves. That's why I need gloves. Okay, so get a little bit more. Took a bit too much off. So it's not too heavy. All right, make sure I ain't going to stain areas that I don't need to. And yeah, where should we start, ladies and gentlemen? Should we start at the bottom? I think we should start at the bottom. Okay, and work our way up Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. I could be completely wrong in doing this. So, and it's hard trying to do it through a camera. So I'm going to be like, okay, so leave my own eyes on it. All right. So my impressive line work comes in on my shaky hand. It doesn't matter if you make mistakes when painting, you know, because if you've got some nail varnish remover, you can pull the paint off. Okay. Or if you have to paint in two different colors, like say if I was going to be painting orange for this example, and I had the paint for it, then of course I'll just then, if I bled at all into that area, then I'll just come back in when I go to repaint that. All right. And sometimes if you're quick enough, you can catch it, you know, with your hands. All right, so it's coming out okay. Happy with the coverage so far. Yeah, all you can off your brush. Okay, add a little bit more on. That's it. Go over to this side, so you can see that okay. Normally what I'll do is I'll just do the big surface areas first and leave any intricate areas like line work afterwards with a smaller brush, but you know, just going with the flow. Just going with the flow. It's not too bad. Yeah, I'm liking the colour when it comes out. So not too shabby. Yeah, these blue metallics, man. I tell you, this company does some good metallics, especially in different colours that are not silver and gold. You know, they do a great emerald green, metallic emerald green. So if you ever have a project that requires an emerald green, go for that one. I'll show you in a minute. Okay. There's nothing like skill required for what I'm doing. It's just just literally painting action figures. Always really. Just know what colors you want to use. Know what areas you're going to be painting. Mask off any areas that need to be masked off. Know how heavy you want the dry brushing or washing. You know. So this says it's a base coat coverage. You know, you can go heavier with it. Apply multiple coats if need be. You'll see some areas are going to be lighter than others. That's looking all right so far. Get some better light. Hopefully you'll see that okay. Just don't want this blinding you on that one. All right. Let's let it brush soak for a second. Have a look at the chat. All right. Yeah, all good, mate. Not much. Have a read of the chat. Not much show on the particular custom at the moment, but work has begun. Good man. Good man. What I'm working on right now is a 1/6 scale Archer figure from Small Cell. Oh, nice, nice. Love that movie. Doing a full repaint and a resculpt to make him show accurate. Just fancied working on something a bit different. I don't blame you, mate. It's always nice to mix it up. See if you can beat my one, Tom. That is the idea. And I hope you can beat this migraine, mate. No, I hate those, mate, so I feel for you. Maverick 5UK, I've heard some really polarizing reviews on Deathstroke. How are you feeling about him now, have him in hand? His articulation is frustrating as I've heard. It's all right. I personally am all right with it. I showed. Divert your eyes to the table cap. Okay, so let's just give them a quick rundown. So I've got the feet of the camera tripod right here. So apologies if I knocked the camera. Right, the head obviously could do with some more. It can look back okay, look down really quite well. All right, standard articulation there. You know, the arms can come all the way up. It has a double joint on the bicep. You know, all the things you expect so far. It has a swivel, there's a hinge. Okay, now crunch. Now it could fare better in the crunch department. Can't crunch that much. It does have waist swivel, you know, and legs. It can come out. This one is for some reason sticking. No, that's because obviously the gun is hitting up against that. But if you twist the leg a little bit, it can come up. But yeah, so we can do a martial arts kick. And double jointed knees, doesn't come up too far. Obviously, the sculpt hinders it, but I said no. You know, the only thing I have on my one is that it does refuse to stand up sometimes, just because it's got a bit of a toe hinge and there's a bit of curvature on the boot. You know, but other than that, I'm all right with it. You know, I'm all right with it. You know, the only thing for me that kills it is obviously the molded in gun and the sword sheath, and the fact it didn't come with any multiple hands or even a bow staff. You know, they skimped out on some of the accessories and some extra hands, or even a Slade Wilson head. You know, but just as one piece figure of Deathstroke, it's really nice. Just to look at it aesthetically, it's a really nice figure. And I ain't got a problem with the articulation, you know. So there we are. There we are indeed. So a little more of the chats. Maverick, yeah, it's been a minute. Glad to see your streams are going well, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, mate. And Total 83, I am here, my man. Yes, thank you. We will be doing the TMNT watch along next Saturday, part 3. Now, Tom, if you have a migraine that day too, then I know you're up to something. I know you're up to something. All right, let's crack on and yeah, let's get that out of the water. Okay. And let's keep on going. Keep on going with this base coat, metallic silver. I know it's more matte in the visual references and stuff, but I always liked the metallic blue kind of look. Make sure that's focused in. All right. Yeah, so let's carry on with this thigh, calf even, and the back. Okay. So tell me, who here has watched WandaVision yet? And if so, how are you finding it? I caught it last night, both episodes. From what I've been seeing from everyone so far online, it's getting really, really mixed reception. And I understand why. I personally really enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. I didn't think I was gonna, because I honestly, to be honest, going forward with the MCU, of all they've announced, I really didn't have much interest in everything that they were, presenting to the table. With the Disney Plus shows, the only one that really sort of made me go, oh, I might give that a watch, was Falcon and Winter Soldier. Everything else just weren't tickling my pickle, not even Loki. And I've heard some disturbing news about the Loki show. Brace yourself. This is a rumor. I don't know how true this is, but I heard it yesterday from a couple of people that are in that have the sources. And apparently, Tom Hiddleston is only in the first episode. After that, they're moving on to a female Loki. That could be complete and utter trash. Just letting you know what I heard and what's going on out there. So hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's not. I don't see much truth in that. I don't see why Tom Hiddleston would just sign up for one. It's Loki, it's his character. But this is Marvel. If you look at anything of what's going on in Marvel Comics right now, it wouldn't surprise me if they actually went and did that. So yeah, but other than that, Disney Plus show wise, I have no interest in She-Hulk. I have no interest in Hawkeye. I have no interest in what are the other ones? What If? Oh Christ, I can't even remember what the other ones are. And definitely WandaVision was not up there. But I do intend on watching them just anyway. Just see if they're better than what I'm hoping, than what I think they're going to be. And yeah, I really like WandaVision. It's different because I kind of know, obviously Marvel's my jam. I kind of know sort of where they're going with it, storyline wise. And so far, yeah, it's so wacky and different. I personally think that's cool. With the but I can also understand why it's not going to be for everyone. People are going to be confused. People are going to find it strange, and a lot of people are going to find that it's nothing's really happening in it. And I get that. The 2 episodes do come off and do play like that. But for me, what I'm enjoying from it is obviously you get the no spoilers, but you get the 60s bewitched kind of black and white sitcom. And but I like the subtle details that they just sort of throw in your face, but you blink and you miss them, and also the sinister undertones. When it gets serious all of a sudden, and the things that just happen. You're like, what's all that about? You know, just those little subtle nuances. Really digging, because I honestly think that it's going to be a big payoff at the end that's going to lead into her appearance and the through line into the second Doctor Strange movie. So we shall see. But I'm interested in it. I'm going to keep watching. But yeah, I will look at the chat and see what you all think. Let's get into some better coverage on the car. Need some more paint on that. I realise that this painting the whole body is going to take a while. So we're going to do as much as we can. Okay. Once I've done this, I'll move on to maybe the other leg or the chest area. Get that big area out of the way before I get there. So, but I'm really looking forward to getting some weathering detail on this bad boy. Okay. Keep chopping up in the chat, guys. I'm going to be looking at it in just a sec again. Keeping up with you. Yeah. So not too worried if I bleed onto the orange, because that's going to be getting some, you know, silver highlights and silver weathering shading and stuff like that. So it's fine. I can afford to be a little bit sloppy with my my painting when it comes to applying the base. Ooh, food. Okay. Let's get this ankle piece finished, and then I will look at the chat, see what we can. But hello to anyone if you're just joining. I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with moi. But yeah. Yeah, let me know what you guys think of WandaVision if you have seen it. Obviously, I would say no spoilers, but kind of nothing really to spoil thus far. That in itself could be seen as a spoiler. But yeah, I'm just saying I like what I'm seeing at the moment. They're very, very short. Clearly, that's going to be their format. And I will give the others a watch, like you say. Falcon Winter Soldier intrigues me. All this news about Chris Evans coming back as Cap. All the online sites were going on about it, and then I see on Chris Evans's Twitter, literally pings up as a notification, and he says, "News to me." So I was like, are you just downplaying it, or all these sites just putting out clickbait nonsense? No idea, but we shall see. We shall see. So I'm doing this way over here. Let's get you in the middle of the camera. This will all be getting blackwashed anyway, so I'm not too worried about coverage. But yeah, I'm liking the colour so far. And also, I believe, you know, with this kind of blue, it's actually making the orange more darker for some reason in camera in this light. You know, you look at this orange here, and you look at the orange compared to this photo, it actually seems a lot bringing out the more the colour in it better. I don't know. It's what my camera's picking up anyway. So anyway, right. Clean the old brush. Get that going. Put that to one side. So look at the chat. Let's see what's going on here. No, but yeah, I've had some really polarizing. Yeah, well, seen that. I didn't get around to watching WandaVision last night. The trailer makes it look very light-hearted, like a sitcom, but I think it will be very dark. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It gives you that 60s bewitched sitcom with the aspect ratio too, and it is funny. If you just sit back and enjoy that part of it, it's funny, really entertaining. And you know, Elizabeth Olsen is Elizabeth Olsen, very much an attractive lady. Will you be working on his sword sheath, and how would you go about completing the reopen? So I'm actually going to disregard that sword sheath entirely and actually give him a brand new one. I do have the DC Collectibles Deathstroke version, the same version, but DC Collectible one. But the figure can barely move, so I'm actually going to pinch the sheath from that and give it to him, and the sword as well, if I find the sword, because I don't know where that is right now. So yeah, that's my plan. That's my plan. So yeah, appreciate you. Keep it all coming. So we can be here for the working man. Oh dear. It's getting hot in here. Right, let's crack on with some more. I'm going to actually move away from the lower area. I'm going to mix it up and go for the chest. Yeah, let's go. Let's get some of this. I'm going to do the face afterwards just because I'm a rebel. Yeah, so let's bring it down here. But it's hard to do it looking through my camera, but I guess I'll play it for now. Get in there, get in there. There we go. Not too bad. Improves it already. It's such a dull grey blue that they've used originally on the molded plastic. It's just screaming for some colour, man. Had to be done. Even if someone has this figure and really just hates it, I'd say just give it a paint job, you know, give it a once over. It may not improve obviously the articulation or the mobility of the figure, but it'll improve its look 10 times better. At least you actually enjoy having it on the shelf. Actually going to go in with a smaller, thinner brush on the edging now. So right now I'm just spreading out. So I've got, even if I bleed onto that, I've got matte blacks that I'll be painting over pouches with. So for now, just having some fun applying this. How well that's picking up. Yeah, so far so good. So far so good. Spreading out, even coat all around. Right, yeah. Yes, again, like with this figure, the molded piece, the whole belt and strap is all molded on. It doesn't move at all. I'll just test my lighting now for a bit. Oh, there we are. So you can see that right. My hand's in the way. So I'm moving on to the collar bit now. And yeah, I'm just getting most of the paint off the brush, but not all of it. I'm going to do this so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so far so good. I should move over to a thinner brush now and get that edging done. My thinner brush, there we are. These areas you kind of just take your time with. All right, so the shaky hand comes in. Not a bit too much paint on the brush still. Boom, that's that edge done. I mean, already, you guys, look at that. It's just so much of an improvement. Personally, for me, I'm enjoying how the colours come out. Yeah. And you hit it with a black wash, a matte black wash, to sort of take some of the harshness of the sheen away, dull it down a bit, hit it with some silvers. That thing's going to look awesome. Can't wait to get to that. What area should I do next? Should I knock out the head? Should we get the head done? Yeah, because what I'll do is I'll mask this side off. So I don't trust my line work on that edge. That's a long line right up there. So I'm going to probably mask it off. I'll probably start with around the back here. We'll just get the head down and I won't have to worry about it then. And I can sort of work. I think the better idea was to work my way down so I'm not handling it. So, okay, let's get the old trusty masking tape out. Have a look at the chat. This is why I love watching other customizers work. I have never thought of using this sword sheath from another Deathstroke figure. Well, yeah, sometimes you just got to steal parts from other figures, mate. You know, just got to steal parts. I mean, you could make your own, or fix something that's already there, or like I say, steal some parts. Let me have a look at see how that's. Just tilt the camera a bit more this way. I don't know. Let's adjust this bit a bit better. Knocking over all my equipment now. I'm not drunk, I promise you. I'm not drunk. Let's just have an equipment check. Stay put. There we go. Bit better. You can see my manky tray now. All right. Gosh. You're going to want to lean forward. I'm going to bring you back. There you go. There you go. You can see some of the other areas. Right, 2 seconds. Let's go to here. Oh, there goes my webcam. Oh, this stream is going so good. There she goes. How's that? A bit too high, a bit too low. So I'm using the tripod for the foam, which is what you're seeing on the table. Is that better? See me now? Yeah, so it's basically trying to get sort of similar angle. Right now he's just sat on top of me, the cupboard. So yeah, cool. We back. Didn't hurt, did it? Sorry about that fall. Good. Let me know. Right. Before any more tomfoolery ensues, trusty masking tape. Let's go in on that head. Pause. Oh dear. Is it going to be fun one, guys? All right. That should be enough. Might have to do this off camera just so I've got more room to work with. Okay. Think about it there. Do that. I need to clean up any edge, and I will. But that. I believe that's it. Okay. It was weird as hell, isn't it? There you go. Right, but there it is. Keep that. Let's go. That'll do. That will do, pig. That will do. Right. There's my bigger brush. Let's go in on that helmet. God, that doesn't sound right no matter how you word it. Okay, right. Did you do this, Tom? Did you? All right. So you get a bit of screen. Oh, quite a bit of paint on that brush. Let's get some more off. There she goes. That way, you don't have to worry about line work. Shouldn't have too much bleed as it's quite thin now. Spread it out. Okay, tiny bit more. Tiny bit more. So tell me what you guys have been up to today, Saturday. I know there's not a lot really to do now that we're in, like, well, over here in the UK, we're under the harshest lockdown we've ever had. But yeah, if you're not in the UK and where you are isn't so restricted, yeah, let us know what you've been getting up to. How have you been enjoying COVID life? Let me know. I'm also hearing that the UK are going to be suspending some flights in and out of the country temporarily because we keep getting these all different kind of new strains that come in from other countries, and then the media makes out as if they're from the UK, and it's kind of no. Everyone, the rest of the world blames us for them. Oh, they're new UK strain. Actually, it came from elsewhere. If you didn't notice, it's my Karen voice. Okay. Get in there with these last area. Oh, that's a lot of paint. Let's get some off and spread that out a bit more. It's hard to tell with this paint how much you got on your brush. So yeah, let's get that finally spread out a bit more. There she goes. And sometimes even when you're giving it a prep of a wash or alcoholic bath, sometimes the paints just don't want to lay down onto the figure, so you have to sort of give it some different coats. Up here. Down the back as well. Yeah, just get all the excess off the brush. I think we'll come down to the rest of the two armor parts on the side of the arms. Once I've done the head, do the rest of the chest, then move on to the back. I'm hoping we can get all this done, and then we can go to some detailing and dry brushing. That'd be cool. To be honest, it would have been better if I started the stream with this already done. Oh dear. Oh well, maybe we can make it 2 streams. But I am off from work from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week. So maybe if we get some of this done. It depends. I don't want to keep you here all night just watching me paint blue onto the armor. But yeah, we'll see how we get on. We'll look at the time, see how everyone's feeling, see how far I've gotten. Right. I'll breathe from that for a moment. See how long my batteries last. All right, let's have a look at chat. Maverick, you mentioned your display piece is limited, space is limited, so you must be picky with what figures you pick up. What is it about this figure that makes it into your basket? Just a general love for the character of the game. General love of the character, mate. The game I loved as well. And I do intend, when I do manage to get a new D-top, which I intend on putting here, I do want, and the other displays that I planned, I want to have a Batman cube section with all different Batman figures and different Batman villains, you know. He's my favorite DC character, so if I can get just a couple of the basic villains, but he's my favorite. He's my favorite next to Bane Batman villain. He's Deathstroke, you know. I loved, even though Arkham Origins wasn't as good as the rest, I still loved it. And I loved his storyline play into it. And the fact that he's one of the only feuds I actually best Batman and Bruce Wayne in unarmed combat, you know, very much, you know, one of the best fights you'll see is that animated trailer of Arkham Origins. And I was just so hoping that that's what we were going to get with the then Batfleck solo movie and Joe Manganiello, I hope I said that right, in his Deathstroke, especially when at the time Ben Affleck was writing and directing. Obviously, I know now he's sort of come back maybe into the fold doing these reshoots, and I think he might have had a change of heart about continuing on as Batman. Obviously, it's not Matt Reeves anymore, but I hope we still get to see that Batman and Deathstroke can, you know, meet in some form of live action. So yeah, just really love, and I really love this design. I preferred the armored look rather than the spandex look. I really enjoyed Deathstroke's arc in Arrow season 2, and obviously enjoyed his Teen Titans work, and I loved the Titans live action Deathstroke as well. So yeah, I just love the character, man, and I love that Deadpool is just a parody of him for Marvel. It just works for me. So yeah, just give me a mercenary who can, you know, whip anyone's ass with martial arts, has all these weapons, and has some sort of handicap. Sold. Let's have a look. Okay, let's crack on. Let us proceed. All right, nearly done with the head, and we can move on to another part of the body. Okay. Whilst I have your attention, we moved on from WandaVision talk. How about Cobra Kai season 3? You got some Cobra Kai fans in the hitty? I know, Tom, you haven't seen it yet, and I don't want to spoil anything for you, obviously, but just for those of you who have seen it, just let me know your thoughts. I personally love season 3. It is actually my favorite of the 3 seasons so far. Season 1 was non-perfection. Season 2 was really good, but I do prefer season 1 over season 2, and season 3 is just fucking insane. It is insane. I love it. They just ramped everything right up. And I thought, let's go. Let's just go. And yeah, man, they did. They just went. Love the character developments. Love the fighting. Jesus, it is. There's more of it, and it's getting more and more, shall we say, skilled. Aerobatic in some instances, you know, in some areas. And yeah, I love the progression with the characters, man. Old and new. Old and new. I didn't think there was any new characters introduced into this season, like reoccurring characters. Obviously, last season we had Tori and Stingray. I feel like this season they kind of took away some characters, or brought back some that weren't in season 2. You know, like Kyla and what's her name? The blonde bully girl. They even gave her more interesting arc. You know, so it's really, really well done, man. Really well done. I love the wife. The wife is hilarious. Fucking great. Absolutely great. Such a good character. Just calling Danny out and all of this shit. You know, just being there for him regardless. Just being real, man. All right. So that's the front portion of the mask fully covered. Let's have a look and see about that tape, shall we? Oh, yeah. How's that looking? See it bleed over anywhere? Nice. Yeah, happy with that. So that can go to one side. We can proceed. So let's go. Let's get the bulk, the big space area done. There's a flip, an arch. Okay, make sure you can see that all right. So come around the back now. That's what he said. Get some more strength on the brush. I need to get some more paint brushes. I do use and abuse them, sadly. I know Tom's going to scream at me saying, "You need an airbrush." Yeah, I know. I will look into one, so I'll figure it out where I can work with it. But I definitely want to move on to airbrushing. Hand painting I enjoy, but you know, there's just certain ways of putting paint down that is required, and there are hand brushing tricks to do it. But at the end of the day, I don't know. How do you feel about customizing? Would you rather the ease or the challenge of learning the technique? I'm a bit of both, depending on my mood. I'd like to learn it all. If I had the option for the easy way, I've got it there, as well as knowing how to do the long way round by hand. You know, just want to be all round, like a complete skill set. Having the option for the easy route, knowing how to use the easy route. I don't say easy route. There's complete art to airbrushing in itself. Complete art. Some of the best artists in the world are airbrush artists. My old man used to airbrush. What I mean is in terms of laying down paint quickly, the coverage time. That's what I'm referring to, rather than just being the easy way up. but you want that smooth surface. Whereas if you do a big surface area, too small of a surface area for, well, no, that is not really. Spray can, it's never too small of a surface area. There is too large of a surface area with airbrushing, I feel. But if you wanted that surface area to be silky smooth, with not a single brush stroke in it, airbrushing. It's the way forward, man. And there are ways of achieving it with a brush. But obviously, it's a lot. Best way to say it, it's easier to screw up when you try and hand brush a big area and you want it smooth. It will take you longer. It might take you multiple attempts, laying down multiple coats. Just take a lot longer and a lot more patience. You know, but if you wanted to do a full-blown artist painting with an airbrush, and the skill that goes into airbrushing too, when it depends on the subject matter that you're working with, you know, it's a whole art in itself. So I definitely want to learn more on that. I know a little bit from what my dad taught me ages ago, but it's been so long, and obviously it depends on the piece, the airbrush you have, and knowing what it can do. There's all these different factors. So yeah, hats off to those who airbrush. Put it this way, it's like giving two computer artists a project of creating this particular picture or animation or something. One's using Photoshop, the other one's using Windows Paint. Both are able to get it done, but one's going to take a hell of a lot longer than the other. That's what kind of the best analogy I've got for what I'm referring to. Yeah. Oh no, don't bleed onto the orange. No. That's all right. Yeah, coat it on. We're good. Actually, don't mind. That dulls it a little bit, you know. Give it a once over with some little bit of rubbing alcohol on the cloth. Don't worry about ever getting messy or it bleeding. There's always ways of repairing it. Always. See, I can clean it up a bit better anyway. The orange areas are getting dry brush with silver anyway. So yeah. But another reason to wear gloves. So do that bit again. Get the coverage here. Okay, right, almost done with the helmet, guys. Just get this stupid thing out of the way. Underneath, coming in low. Oh no. Again, just use some rubbing alcohol, get that off. The underside anyway. Yeah, man, when it comes to painting, you make so many mistakes. I definitely can't even remember the last time I actually managed to paint something and get it down pat without any mistakes in one hit, first time. Always happens. Always happens. Okay, I believe that's as good a coverage I'm going to get for the helmet. I missed any areas? Yes, I have. So one last little area. And that is on right on the back of his head, right above the bandana. Yeah, I'll flop backwards for it. Oh, damn. Let's get in there. Let's get in there. Don't waste too much of that. There. I was lost where I was. Okay. Better. All right, let's pop him down. So I can chat, see what's all going on. All right. I'm really keeping it going. Cobra Kai season 3 was incredible. So many actors they used were the same people from the movies back in the 80s. That adds an extra layer of excitement to an already awesome show. Yeah, man, the fact that they're getting originals from even just like scenes that they weren't in the movie that much. You know, awesome. The casting team of Cobra Kai needs to track down Tatsu from NECA. They seem to be able to find some really obscure people that are only in the Karate 2 for about 10 seconds. I know, right? Get them to do it. Airbrushing is daunting at first, but as soon as you get to grips with it, it's absolutely worth investing in one, as I don't think you can get colors to blend as easy. Yeah, that's the thing. This thing in blending. Another point to it as well. Yeah, there is so many limitations with hand brushing. There is ways of getting around it, but again, it is patience and a lot of trial and error. You know, and airbrushing is daunting. It's no different than soldering. If you know you're into when you want to do electronics and LED lights for the first time, soldering can be daunting if you've never done it before. You know, and you do these, you see these whizzes that you go, bang, 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 and it's done. But that's because they've been doing it for so long. Yeah. So yeah. Right, what area should we get to next? I think probably if I divert your eyes down, what we're going to do is probably move on to sort of these shoulder areas, then this plate here, and then probably the ab section, the forearms, and then move down to the leg. I think that's a plan, Stan. So yeah, let's crack on. Might need a little bit more of this blue. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. There we go. I'm going to go for a thinner brush because there's a couple more intricate areas. This paint is quite thick. All right. So I'm just going to get in here slightly. Get close to this. There we go. Okay. Not ideal for big areas using a small brush, but you know, when you're so close to areas you don't want to get paint on, sometimes you just got to put in the time, you know what I mean? Okay. So let me know if there's a figure that you own that could do with just a once over with some paint. Let me know what that is. To be honest, most of my figures could do with once over with some paint, but I think most of them McFarlane Batman stuff, like Tom, you know, and I've got it as well. The Grim Knight Batman, great base body to give it a once over with some weathering. Looks awesome. The Devastator Doomsday thing, great base body again. Really, really good for practicing your dry brushing and your weathering, and yeah, some good base bodies there, man. So the McFarlane stuff, the potential to take it up a level clearly would be nice if they came, you know, already looking great with the paintwork, but you know, you're paying like £20 a figure. You're going to only get so much, and I have no problems with, you know, giving figures a touch up with some paint. I enjoy it. It's why I start customizing in the first place. You know, to make something that's cheap look expensive, and my big hands are knocking everything over. Get out of the way, you. There you go. So yeah, I would like to start on, well, work on something bigger scale, like 1/6, like what you're doing, Maverick, with the small soldiers. See, you can, there's a lot more detail. Surface areas are bigger, more to play with. Yeah, I would really, really like to actually get into doing something like that. I just don't know what. I don't have much in the way of 1/6, and what I do doesn't really need anything. You know, it's already there. Anyway, stroke, pause. Okay. So with thin brush, I'm going to work in these little intricate areas that are by the strap. Way too much paint on that. Pull it back. Don't want too much paint, otherwise all that sculpted detail is just going to get filled in. You're seeing that all right? Oh my God. I did a much better job right here than I did. Do a bit better. Oh yeah, that's light going. I'm going to give that very, very light brushing because I don't want any paint rub. So let's get in there. Well, get it out as wide as you can. You can do most of the straps black. There are blue here, but I like the tactical, you know, where he's literally just got the armor, but you know, he's had to put it together himself. And got a bit more practical with it. Any add-ons or straps for the armor are still factory black rather than him painting them to match. I don't think he cares that much about vanity, do you know what I'm saying? It's a color scheme, as long as that's conveyed. I don't know, could be talking out my ass, but okay. That won't rub too badly. We shall see. Come around, do the back. Way too much paint, but I'm going to move it around. All right, now I've got a little blue streak there, but I've got some matte black. I'll be going over with it. Not too bad. I'll look again. Yeah, get in there, boys. Get in there. Get in there. I'll do shoulder pad in a minute. Right, so another swig of beer for Luke. Maverick, you're keeping this chat alive, my man. Painting 1/6 scale eyes compared to 1/12 eyes was absolute heaven. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. That's the problem. I'm useless with eyes. I got lucky on a couple of occasions, but yeah, they're real tough cookie to crack. The large scale makes it heaven. Yeah, most of my collection gets hit with a bit of paint. I actually don't mind when figures come with less paint because I love to customize them. Makes each figure unique to them. Yeah, it does, mate. You did right, and you got your own flair on each one. So I get what you mean. It's kind of like why I had so much fun doing the Avengers lineup, you know. I mean, I don't really need to do much with the neck and stuff, except Back to the Future, Marty heads. But I'm not touching them. I've only just filled in where they missed some of their hairline paint. So I just went over that. What other ones? Marvel Legends are kind of keep as is, you know, unless it's something really like, you know, if they've got a shiny face, then I'm like, no, you're getting a dull coat. Black Series stuff, I might give a once over. Some of those Remnant Stormtroopers, because I'm only getting into the Mandalorian Black Series stuff. What else is there? Oh, Predators, pretty much any NECA thing that I like to add a little bit, even though they've got tons of detail on them already. Sometimes I just like to, you know, add a little bit here and there, especially like weathering and blood, shit like that. Oh. Let's go. All right, let's get the puppy done. So where do I want? Let's use this one. Let's use this one. Get some good coverage going. All right, let's go with this. Technical difficulties again. This tripod is shocking me bad. I'm not gonna lie, it really is. You can see the feet. I don't care. There we are. How's that? Is that all right? You see? Yeah, that'll do. Do that. Bosh. All right, let's get that out of the way. Do light. See that? Bosh, that'll do. Let's work on a shoulder pad, shall we? Get some more paint on the brush. Let it dry for too long on it. Beautiful, beautiful. Still a bit wet. It's all right though. Don't mind it. Thins it out a little bit more. So I'm pretty away from body. Here we are. You can see that okay. More. And on the bush. Yeah. More quicker than I thought. Yeah, so what's the deal with so I heard today Marvel Legends are putting up their prices. I don't know much about what's going on there, with that. Um, is that for international? Is that for domestic? Is that for importing? I don't know. So if anyone's got any more info on that, definitely let me know. I was kind of curious. I saw it in a group today on Facebook. So I'm not sure if other companies are going to be following suit. Is it to do with the election? Is it to do with the economic structure changing or going to be changed? Or is it to do with Brexit? I have no idea. No idea. Not really into when people complain about um, politics are affecting their bigger buying hobby experience. Like, come on, dude, there's bigger things going on in the world right now that's going to be affected by what's going on. I'm not really worried about this or this is happening because of this. You know what I mean? It's like my hobby is not going to, affect my vote. I'm going to vote this person because this person isn't going to increase this, which means I can still buy toys at this price. That's not what worries me with a vote or what fuels my decision on who I'm or what I'm voting for. Tell you what, because I'm curious and I'm impatient, once I've done this shoulder pad, I'm actually going to go in with some weathering on the shoulder pad to see how it looks. What do you think? Hmm? I really want to get into that now. I'm even getting bored just sitting there painting the blue on the armor. And I don't want to put you through that. So once I've done this shoulder pad, I'm going to start adding some details, just fun. See how it pops. Yeah. Okay. Nearly there. As I say, I'm going to start off with some silver dry brushing and then add some black wash and then some dusty areas. See how the combination works. Better job with the coverage on this one. Almost there, fellas, almost there. Might switch to the thinner brush now. Soak in there for a moment. A little bit, not too worried about that. it's weird. I find it difficult painting for a video if I want to show montage of me working on it. You know, I always find it a bit difficult. It's clunky. I can't really see what I'm doing. For live, doing it live, I don't mind it. I don't mind. It's weird, isn't it? It's weird. I'd rather with just a regular video is to just do the project, take some progress pictures, do a little progress footage, and then basically just break down what I did in the video once it's all done, and give you some references, you know, visual references, rather than do a start to finish. It's just weird. I have no problems with this format now. I don't know. Right, okay. That's pretty much the layering done. Let's get on to some detailing, shall we? I need this one again. So let's swig of beer, let's have a look at the chart. Most of my collection gets here, but I think, yeah, I love to make custom figures, so my mind is constantly thinking of new characters to make. As a toy photographer, are you the same in that you'd watch The Mandalorian and your mind explodes with ideas? It does, but then it goes to, you know, a lot of people have already done a bunch of Mandalorian shots that I would love to do myself. There's no harm in me doing those same shots again. It's just kind of like, well, that would be cool, but I'm okay because, you know, that person's already done it 10 times better than I could get it with my limited. So I don't have many in a way of props or backgrounds or environmental pieces that would work in Star Wars world, because I never collected before. It's not saying I'll shoot, but in terms of like, what can I suggest that's new? I mean, I kind of like, that's why I love doing the turtle shot, you know. Sure, there's nothing, you know, there's no new material to pull from unless you go pull out something from a comic book. But with the movie, whenever I watch that movie, I'm always thinking of shots that I could do that I wrote off before. But like, oh yeah, I can actually pull that off. Let's do that one. You know, even if it's a simple scene, because most of the challenge is getting the dramatic lighting right. So with the Mando, I'm happy just collecting Mando, giving them a once over paint. Not really too interested in shooting anything Mandalorian unless it's something fun. Unless it's something fun that doesn't require a lot of thought, you know, that's more for me just collecting. A bit like the TMNT cartoon line. I've no real intention of actually shooting them or putting them behind the camera, in front of the camera. They're mainly just for me to look at my collection. So yeah. So I'm just thinking of what else I've got that I'd like to shoot. Plenty of the movie X-Men stuff I wouldn't mind putting in front of the camera. And some of the other movie bits and pieces. Yeah, so I do have plenty of ideas that I just need to execute. So right now I'm still just riding this customizing wave, you know. Cool, blimey, Governor. Approaching an hour and a half. Right, so detailing. What I'll be using is this. If I divert your eyes down to the other camera, is my lovely Tamiya titanium silver. I love this silver. Tamiya do some wicked gold and silver paints, metallic paints. And yeah, these are my favorite, to be honest. The chrome silver and the titanium, and then gold leaf, beautiful crisp gold. It's not the yellow gold, it's kind of reflective gold. Oh, great paint that is. And I've got to give it a good stir, but again, most of that has been dominated with blue, and I only want a little bit on there. I want a little bit of play. So let's start with the shoulder. So I'm going to start working on, there you go, some of these scuffs. And just subtle. Going with some of these holes. Then I'm going to be going over some, getting the bigger, flatter brush out and then going over some of the edging. This one here, this big bad boy here, let the camera focus a little bit. Yeah, you are getting it. Pull it out. See what she said. A little bit more. I'm going to get all these little cracks and creases and stuff done. Now I'm going to go over some edging with the flatter brush. And then we're going to hit it with some black wash. Okay. Very happy with that. Okay. Go rinse. Now we get this brush. Okay. Been beaten to death, used and abused. Still love it. And this is where we want hardly anything left on the brush. All right. Good enough. A little bit more. The collar. Here I'm just running the brush ever so slightly over it. Should go to the camera again. That's better. But you need a better tripod. One to actually stand up. There you go. Not better. Alright, that's come out quite well. Okay, I can move back over to the other little brush. Let's go to the little one again. Oh, let that one soak in there for a little bit. Get some of these other areas. A bit more again. All right, so the big old gaping hole that we got right here. Let's go. Gonna go over this edging a bit more. Mm. Do this big gaping one on the head. See that all right? And then once I've done this little bit, I'm gonna tease it with some black wash. See how it comes out. A little bit of edging here. Let's get it, baby. Let's go. Let us go indeed. Right. pop that back, lid back on that. Let's have a look, see what's going on in the chat. Looking awesome, Ben. The shine on the metallic blue really pops. Appreciate it, mate. Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Although I will be cutting it back just slightly, the black wash. But yeah, really loving how the head turned out. Love how that came out. And yeah, not too bad on there. So I have clear pot, water, get my matte black, which is there. Check. Don't mind me. Let's go. Dry paint. And yeah, that should do it. A little bit more. Oh, where's my stirrer? Where is my stirrer? There she is. It's that one. All right. Add a bit more. Too watery for my liking. Should do it. The truth. Yeah. Okay. So let's get the shoulder pad going. Probably going to need a few washes to really bring out, you know, every area. Just like that. Get good coverage on it all. Let that sit there for a moment. See, pick up any cuddly areas. Do that just by drying off your brush a little bit. Just like here. And then dab it, bring brush off. Okay. Right. There, a little bit on here. Get the excess off. Might as well go in on this area. Dab it down. See how we're looking there. All right. Now, whilst that's drying, excellent chats. All good. Thanks for whoever's sticking around. Maverick, Tom, if you're there, Pietro, if you're there, appreciate it. We'll do a little bit more, and then I might pack it in for the evening. Yeah, and I might pick it up again tomorrow. And then probably then I'll have it all finished and I'll do a video. I'll put a video up with it. But yeah, pretty much this is kind of what you've seen here is just me going to be rinse and repeating. Got it right for the rest of the figure. You know, doing the blue, then going over with the silver, and then going in with some black washes, and then just going in with some finer detailing, like and some buckles and stuff like that. It's pretty much everything that I'm going to be doing with the figure. But yeah, the main sort of areas of the painting obviously is the blue, silver, and black combination. And yeah, you saw me do it. So we're going to see how the black wash looks. And yeah, I might finish the rest off on camera. And yeah, if you stick around on my Instagram, and I'll throw a shot up in the community tab as well. I've got to clean that. Where's the rubbing alcohol? Whilst we wait. Where are you? Ah, here we go. Yeesh. Okay. So, but yeah, it's coming along really, really nice, actually. Sit and watch me do a little bit of housekeeping. Yeah. The only problem with black washing, it takes so damn long to dry. Yeah. She goes. She goes. All right. How are we faring? Hopefully you can see that right. It doesn't look like it's coming out very bright on the camera. So yeah. Still a bit wet. Yeah. I'm liking how it's looking, to be honest. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for. Maybe add another wash. Maybe go in and highlight some of the silver again, just slightly. But essentially, this is what I'll be rinsing and repeating all over the rest of the body. Okay. But just give you an idea of how these three particular colors work on this figure. All right, especially next to the already metallic orange. So there we are. Excellent. Really happy with that. Let's put a little on that before it runs out. Okay. All right, guys. I might call it there for the evening. It's 11. I'm pretty tired and I fancy a cup of tea. But I do appreciate you all hanging out with me. I'm going to put this down and listen to me waffle on. Thank you to Rick, thank you to Tom, thank you to Pietro, and to everyone who's joined in and whoever's watching this afterwards. I really, really appreciate you. Also, yes, we are happy to confirm that Toys-R-Us have given us, and obviously Turtle Talk, a 10% off code, promo code of Turtle Talk, uppercase, all one word. And you get up to 10% off on selected lines. Go to our Facebook, which a link will be in the description of this video. And yeah, if you pop that in the promo code section in your cart, and you get a little discount. So I appreciate Toys-R-Us for working with us on that one. That's really, really good. Next week is the rescheduled TMNT Volume 3 volume, Turtles in Time watch along. Before then, I'm hoping to get this guy finished. I am currently in the process of putting the Playmobil DeLorean back together. We're winning. Okay, so a video on that will drop soon. And yeah, so bits and pieces to come, guys. Really appreciate you hanging out. If you don't mind hitting the like button, if you enjoyed it, if you're new, subbing, and have a look at the channel. There's something in there for everyone, and we'll chop it up with you in another time. So that's it for now, guys. Appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next one.